financial market updates and what you need to do right now if you're a real estate investor. Hey guys, it's Arianne here. I retired with investment income from real estate investing at the age of 27, and now I co-own over 2,400 rental properties with partner investors, and I made this channel so people like you can learn how to become financially free as well. So it is official. We are officially in a recession. Q2 GDP came in at negative 0.9%. Q1 GDP was also negative, so the technical definition of a recession has been met. It's 2 back-to-back quarters of negative GDP. Now, although the White House is trying to redefine the definition of a recession, they're basically saying that our economy doesn't identify like it's in a recession. That's a topic for a whole nother video. Number 2, the Federal Reserve raised the Fed funds rate by 0.75%, and this was taken in a positive light by the financial markets. The chair of the Federal Reserve, Jerome Powell, specified that the market is slowing down, especially with this whole technical recession we're in. This was taken in a positive light by the bond markets, the stock market, and the financial markets in general, which leads to an impact to the 10-year treasury, which usually has a big impact on mortgage rates. So the 10-year treasury fell to 2.6%. It was up as high as 3.1% or higher a few weeks ago, which caused that spike in mortgage rates, but now it's back to 2.6%, which leads us to point number 3. Interest rates are a lot lower right now. So now is the time to lock in your rate if you are buying or refinancing a rental property or your own primary residence. Interest rates for mortgages are getting better because of that reduced 10-year treasury. As of Friday, July 29th, FHA fixed mortgages are around 4.1%, and conventional 30-year fixed mortgages are around 4.9%. These are much better than the high 5% mortgages we were seeing a week or so ago. Like a few weeks ago, the rates were as high as like 5.9% for a 30-year fixed mortgage. So if you are buying a house, a rental property, or are looking to refinance, now is the time to get your rate locked. There are less buyers on the market buying right now, so don't worry if you can't offer above asking like what it used to take to get a property before. Just see what you can pay and submit that offer. You might be surprised to see how much less competitive the market is compared to a few months ago. Also, you need to remember that the first offer you're going to submit is not really very likely to get accepted, especially if you're buying rental properties that are supposed to cash flow. That is completely normal. It took us over 20 offers before we bought our first rental property ever, so keep in mind that it might take a while. Just keep submitting offers where the numbers work for you, and you will get one of them eventually. There also won't be a Fed meeting until September, so we don't expect any changes from the Fed until then. Apart from that, we shouldn't see any wild fluctuations until September. So if you are an investor, here's some solid advice, and this is also what we're doing as real estate investors. Don't be afraid of the headlines and go back to the basics. Number 1, make sure you have a safety net. Ideally, have at least 3 months of living expenses as reserves and work up to getting at least 6 months worth. You want to have a safety net for your personal expenses, but you also want to have a safety net for every rental property you have. You also want to have at least 3 months of the monthly expenses for your rentals set aside in a reserve account for each of your rentals. So if anything happens out of the ordinary, you have at least 3 months to figure out what you need to do to make sure that your investment isn't at risk. Number 2, invest for cash flow. This is so important right now. If you are buying rental properties, then as long as you're investing for cash flow and not just appreciation, you will be fine. Run the numbers with what is true today. Don't speculate. What I mean by that is there is an interest rate you can lock in today, and there is rent that you can get for a certain property today. If you're buying in an area where the population is increasing and jobs are increasing today, you should be in pretty good shape. Number 3, if you're a passive investor investing with real estate syndicators, make sure that the syndicators you're investing with are also doing number 1 and number 2 above, right? You want to make sure they also have a safety net, and you want to make sure that they're investing for cash flow, not just appreciation. I know at some point later down the road when you sell a property, you want the value to increase, but that should be icing on the cake. With a recessionary market right now and no one really knowing where interest rates might be in the next few years, it's really important that the syndicators you're investing with aren't just buying to sell at a higher price. So make sure that when you're investing with someone that they're also looking at the cash flow return, not just the nice spike appreciation at the end, because that spike of appreciation might not happen.
Sometimes these things do not go as planned.
So you want your investment to be not just speculation and appreciation, but also the stable cash flow that comes from a very well-run property with stable operations. Now, if you don't know what real estate syndications are, I have a whole playlist about it. I'll put it up here and in the description below so you can learn more about that. Basically, it's just a way for you to actually passively invest in real estate. The experience is similar to investing in a mutual fund. All you do is review the different syndications you want. You pick the one you want, you send your money, and then that's it. You don't have to call the property management company or call your realtor to buy a property. They do all the work. You just pick the investment you want. The syndicators do the rest. So watch that playlist to learn more about that. All right, guys, that's it for today's market update. If you want to learn more about real estate investing, check out the real estate investing playlist on my channel. I also have a video that goes through how I analyze rental properties, and I even give you a free rental property calculator that you can use. So check that out. Don't forget to click the like button, the subscribe button, so you can see new videos on investing as they come up. I post weekly. We also have a free Facebook community where you can network with other people who are on the path to financial freedom as well. I'll put that in the description below. Join us there. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have an amazing day, and I will see you next time.